when you're doing 8 miles an hour and you're trying to talk to somebody, they can hear you somewhat, but they cut in and out, I guess. But sometimes they can hear you great. If you go slow, they don't even know that you're on a helmet. Cardo system is phenomenal. Best communication system I've ever used. Ushuaia XD4 helmet is comfortable, lightweight. It would be the only helmet that I would ever own. Good morning, Internet, and welcome back to the channel. I'm in Tucson, Arizona. It's around 7 a.m. Did my workout. Now I'm headed to Phoenix. Have to fly home today. Found a storage place called Extra Space Storage by the airport, and hopefully I can get the bike in, and then I can fly out. And then I'm going to be gone for a week or so, fly back, and then head on down to Mexico. So I'm going to give you a detailed description of how you put the bike in storage if you have to leave it for a couple days and then fly back and get it. All right, I made it from Tucson to Phoenix, Arizona. The airport is right over here. You can see the tower. I don't know how far a walk that's going to be for me, or if I can get a ride, but I have to fly out a couple hours. But I made it to Extra Space Storage, and hopefully they have a. They said they had a 5x10 box for my motorcycle. Hopefully they do. I can leave everything here, then just fly home. You don't need to check any luggage or anything like that. But I want to give you an update. So I still have another 30 minutes before anybody shows up here. So I thought I'm going to make a video on the gear, do a review. So the Pirelli Scorpion 2 tires that I've got have over 2,000 miles on them since I got them, and they've worked phenomenal. They've done everything they've asked. They're not loud on the highway. I don't know much about tires, but they did really well in the rain, slip roads, and have had no problems with them. So good job, Pirelli Scorpion 2s. Next thing I want to talk about is helmets. I've only had a few different types of helmets. Growing up, I had crappy helmets. And a little over 20 years ago, I got a Shoei. I liked it. Thought it was a great helmet. It was excellent. A few years ago, I upgraded the Shoei to a Shoei Neotech 2 helmet. It has an open face. You can lift it up, put in a communication system that is really kind of suspect. I got it 5 years ago, and when I'm communicating with somebody else or making calls, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Don't really like it, but it looks really good and works great on my street bikes. But when I'm on an adventure bike, I had to get a different helmet. So I went out and got the Ushuaia XD4. The helmet is phenomenal. Unbelievable. Best helmet I've ever owned in my life. If I could only choose one helmet to ever own, it would be the Ushuaia XD4. The communication system is the Cardo Freecom 4. It allows you to have communication with 4 different motorcyclists at one time. You can hear phenomenally. When you're doing 8 miles an hour and you're trying to talk to somebody, they can hear you somewhat, but they cut in and out, I guess. But sometimes they can hear you great. If you go slow, they don't even know that you're on a helmet. Cardo system is phenomenal. Best communication system I've ever used. Ushuaia XD4 helmet is comfortable, lightweight. It would be the only helmet that I would ever own. I'd love it because this top portion right here, you never get the sun in your eyes. And the sun, is blocking the sun. It has tons of vents so that you don't get overheated at all, no matter how hot the day is. It's a fantastic helmet. Can't say enough great things about it. The only thing is if I ride it with my Harley, kind of looks like I'm a little dorky, so I don't do that. I still ride my Shoei helmet. But if I was ever going to pick a helmet to wear, I would pick an Ushuaia over anything. It's phenomenal. So that is the helmet itself. next thing I want to talk about is the bags. So I have a set of hard cases. As you can see, I have the hard case on the back here, and I have hard cases for which I've traveled across the country with. They work great. The issue is first week that I had the bike, when you get an adventure bike, if you go off-road at all, the bike will fall. Guarantee it'll fall. And the issue is when you fall, the cases will bend and they never become watertight again. Now they work great. You can buy bags for inside of them. I have a Kriega bag. Works great. Pack all your clothes, easily take it out of the box, put it back in the box. Great setup. But these Moscow Moto bags, if I was going to choose between the two, whether it's hard case or soft case, I would go with the soft case all day long. I was a little worried or apprehensive of how they're going to work on this long journey, but the system that I showed a few videos ago, where you could have individual items shoved inside of a Patagonia case, the way to manage the inside of these cases, by far and away, I would get this over a hard case any day of the week. Super functional. And what I did to lock them onto the bike is I used a Python lock here, and I ran it through and I ran it underneath. You can see this underneath the bike. They would have a real hard time taking these off because they would have to take this Python lock. They can't even open up these cases with this like this. So that's what I do to secure the Moscow Moto's bags to the BMW or whatever bike you may have, but that's what I do. So the other thing is tank bags. I do have a Kriega, I think it's an 18-liter backpack. It's great. It's awesome. Best backpack I've ever owned in my entire life. Issue is if you wear it for long distances, it does get heavy, and you know, I would always strap the back of my bike, and it took up the back seat area. So I decided I wanted to get a different tank bag, a little larger one, but I also wanted to have it a backpack, and Moscow Motos makes one. It's called the Nomax right here. Unbelievable bag. Tons of room. Shocking how much room you have, and it's easily, you just unclip this, you take it off within seconds. That makes a backpack, and then you put it back on, it makes a tank bag. Unbelievable. Good job, Moscow Motos. So if you're gonna get a tank bag and you want a backpack, that is the one to get. You will be extremely happy with it. So also for bags, Kriega bag, I store my cover for my motorcycle on. It's a phenomenal bag, unbelievable, great bag. If you want a really good extra storage bag, get the Kriega bags. You will be very happy with them, extremely happy with them. So the question becomes, do you use a phone or do you use a GPS? Well, the answer is I use both. Why is that? Well, of course, I have a phone. I'm not going to get rid of my phone. I'm always going to use my phone, making phone calls, getting emails and text messages and all the other things you can do. So I mount it to the bike using a quad lock system. It is a phenomenal mount. It's been thousands and thousands and thousands of miles so far on this bike with this quad lock. Never had a problem at all. It works fantastic. It's the only mount I would use for a motorcycle. Secondly, I have the Garmin BMW navigation system. It's fantastic. It works great. If I lose cell signal, I still get maps. If I'm using my phone for maps and directions, I can use the Garmin system for the compass, for where's the next fuel at, for just a secondary backup. It's great. I would highly recommend you get both of them, but you don't have to. I'm sure you have a phone. That's all you want to use, that's great, but I like to have both, and very happy that I got both of them. So another piece of equipment that I use on the motorcycle is I bought these amber or yellow guards that you can flick up and flick down on your fog lights. And what I was told is that people always see white lights and they just don't even pay attention. When they see amber lights, yellow lights, cars in front of you, pay attention because they don't normally see amber lights. So I was told, change out your lights for amber. So what I did is I put these protective cases on, and you can flip them down and ride. You have amber lights, but if you ever want just white light, you lift them right back up and they're white light again. But they also protect your lights. I thought that was great. They've worked out phenomenal, and really enjoyed having those on this trip. All right, I am at Extra Space Storage. The problem is the unit that I got was a 5x10, and a 5x10, the door wouldn't fit the bike. The bike is too wide for the door. Probably 30-inch door, maybe 36-inch door. I don't know exactly what it is, but this is Juan. Juan has helped me out, and
hope your trip goes well.
Well, thanks, Juan. Well, Juan's a lifesaver today. He's giving me a bigger unit, so thank goodness they have a bigger unit. But it's only a 3.6 mile walk to the airport entrance, so it'll be a great day for exercise. All right, I am with Juan.
Correct.
And Juan just got a new unit for me. It's a 10x10, and guess what? The bike fits. Super happy about that. Thank you very much. Juan and I did try to put it in the doorway, which is, they don't have one down here, but it was way too small to fit. So thanks for upgrading me, and I appreciate it. And it's gonna be safe until I come back, hopefully. Hopefully. If not, I got insurance on it, so we're good. All right, I am now gonna walk to the airport. It's 10:49. Here's the bike. It's all put away. Everything's put away. All locked up. Hopefully, everything's good on it. And yeah, now I gotta walk to the airport. All right, I am walking. I went the wrong way, of course, but I am now headed to the departures for the airport. It says it's going to take me 39 minutes from here, so it's gotta be it's 2 miles. If I have to, I can make it there in 15 minutes, just run. So it is 11 o'clock almost. Plane leaves at 1, so. All right, I'm at the Phoenix International Airport, and no, I did not walk here. I would never been able to make it here. Never, ever. You had to take a highway to get here. So I stopped a panel van, and I said, how do you get to the airport? He says, oh, well, I can take you. So I paid him 20 bucks. His name was David. What a phenomenal guy. And he brought me right to the terminal. So now I got to go find where I'm gonna go so I can get on the plane. But I made it at least to a terminal. You know I'm desperate when I stop at a Starbucks, because I don't like Starbucks coffee for whatever reason, but I got it, and need some coffee. It's been quite the day today. Now I'm in the terminal, walking to the gate. Got like an hour and my plane will leave, and then I have to get a connecting flight out of Dallas to Detroit. Well, flying back from Phoenix, had a delay in Dallas, but the plane was delayed well over an hour. And then my wife had to show up Detroit to pick me up. She was supposed to be here at midnight. Well, she just called and said she fell asleep and she just got up, so she's not gonna be here. So now I'm just sitting, waiting for the next hour for her to get here. But I hope you liked the video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll catch you on the next video.